guys, today I'm going to share with you one of my school experiences. This one happened to me pretty recently ago. This school story was actually my first video, but I did such a terrible job in that video because I was always stumbling. That was really bothering me, so I'm retelling it this time. So hopefully it'll be a more summarized and more entertaining story. This story actually involves me and my friend Aaron. Now me and Aaron are in a class called improvisation. In improvisation, what you do is you act without a script. You go up there and the teacher gives you a scene and you just make up stuff from the top of your head and you see where it goes. There's no planning for this whatsoever. Me and Aaron also all the time were in a murder mystery play. And that day we had rehearsal after school. Now rehearsals lasted till 4:30 and they were not very fun for me and Aaron because we had very small roles. We were just background people, so it wouldn't have made any difference at all if we were in the play or not. Now we were in class and we were about to start a new skit. And somehow we got into a debate whether horror is pronounced horror or horror, something like that. And we were just messing around, joking about it, you know, teasing each other, and it was all peaceful and friendly. And then one of my friends says, "Oh, I hate it when people pronounce it this way, it drives me crazy." But you could hear in his voice that he was joking about it, you know, he wasn't being serious or mean at all about it. However, our drama teacher disagreed. Now for privacy reasons, I'm gonna call her Miss C. Now Miss C did not appreciate my friend's remark. She screamed at him for a good 5 minutes in class, and he was apologizing to her over and over again, you know, saying, "I'm sorry, could we move on with this?" And she would not let go of it, and she kept it on and on and on and on. And at first she said there was no proper way to say the word, but then she later said that the word was actually pronounced this way. Not only did she insult my friend, but she insulted the class too. She ended her rant by calling us, quote, "ignorant children who live in our own little bubbles." Now we were all sitting there quiet and just shocked by what she said because, you know, we weren't being serious about this at all, and she just took this to a whole new unnecessary level, and she even insulted us. That wasn't very nice of her to say because there were kids, including me, who didn't even partake in that entire conversation. So I was not happy with that. She then stopped the class and told us to not even look at her. So we all just sat there quiet in our seats just staring at each other because we were just in complete shock of how crazy she was about this. Are you done mowing the lawn yet? How about now? How about now? Now? I cannot work under these conditions. Ugh. Dude, really? You just mowed that entire part of the lawn. Oh my god. My neighbor's mowing his lawn, so it's really annoying because I have to stop and pause and wait for the sound to go away so it's not in the background. But it's really funny because he's sitting scrunched up there like... Now Erin was a seat away from me, so she scooched over and sat next to me, and because we weren't allowed to talk, we started writing notes to each other like you would in middle school. Erin then wrote that she wasn't going to drama rehearsal. Now ever since I started school, I've always been a good child. I never skipped class, I always got good grades, I never got in trouble, mostly because I was afraid of them calling my parents, but basis, I'm a goody two-shoes, and I've never done anything bad. But that day, Miss C, she just completely pissed me off on a whole new different level. I also never missed drama rehearsal. I always made sure I went to all the drama rehearsals as much as I could, and I never skipped it. So when Erin said she was skipping, I just thought, you know what? This teacher was very mean to me, and she insulted me, and she is not being nice, and you know what? I'm not going to her play rehearsal if she's gonna treat me like that. Just hurry up and mow the lawn, my god. So I wrote to Erin, you know what? Fuck this shit, I'm going with you, we're skipping. So as soon as class ended, we grabbed our bags and we walked out the door as quick as we could because we didn't want the teacher to notice us leaving with our bags or else she might stop and question us. So me and about 5 other kids walked to the front of the building and we just started bitching about her. We were pissed off by what she said. And from that day forward, we all agreed that as soon as the school year ended, because unfortunately it was too late in the school year to switch out of our class, that we would never take any of our classes ever again. Because that was the most awful experience we ever had in her class. So it was about 5 minutes before rehearsal started, so me and Erin were staring at each other, and we were like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Do we really want to go through with this? Are we really going to skip?" Now, I was terrified of skipping because Miss C, she is a very terrifying teacher. She, as I mentioned in the story, will scream at you for the smallest things, and because I'm a goody two-shoes, I don't like getting screamed at, and all the times that a teacher has really ever screamed at me, I cried because I was so upset by it. So I did not want to get screamed at. But you know what, we started thinking that this wasn't the first time that this went on in class. We've had like a few smaller occasions, but this was just on a whole new different level. And Miss C has honestly not been a nice teacher to us ever. She's never been nice to us on any occasion. She's never said thank you, and she's just not a very nice teacher. So we were thinking about it, and we decided it's not worth putting up with her crap because me and Erin always get assigned small roles and plays, and you know, we put up with her crap and she does this to us. So we were thinking, you know, let's do this. Let's skip because I'm not going back there after that. So I called my sister up and told her what happened in class and told her that I wasn't going to be at rehearsal, and she was like, alright. So I walked with Erin to her house because she only lived about 10 minutes away from the school. I don't think she told her dad that I was going to be there, but she was just like, you know, he won't care. And he didn't. So when we did get home to her house, I stayed there for about 2 hours and we ended up watching Law & Order in her living room. I enjoyed the way I spent my evening that day because that was way better than to be stuck in a room with a teacher who just insulted you and is not a very nice person. And honestly, me and Erin were praying that she noticed that we were gone so she would kick us out of her class and her play, because after that point, I did not want to be involved with that teacher in any way whatsoever. But she never noticed that we were gone, she never asked us anything why we weren't there, and we got away with skipping class. Well, it wasn't really class, it was rehearsal, but you know, still, we got away with skipping! Being a bad child, yeah! So I had a fun evening that day, and honestly, I don't regret it in any way at all. I wouldn't say take any lessons from this, because I don't recommend you being a bad child. You know, don't skip class, make sure you have good grades, because grades are everything these days, so be a good child. But if you're ever in that situation like me and Erin were, then do take a chance, because what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that could happen in that situation was that me and Erin would get kicked out of her play and her class, and honestly, I would have loved if that happened, but it didn't. But every now and then, it's okay to break the rules, you can say. So I'm sorry my story wasn't that exciting. I know that's not a story about me running away from the cops or something, because hopefully that'll never happen to me, but I really hope that you guys like the story. If you like the story, you should share it. Make sure you like this video. I really appreciate the views and my subscribers. Thank you to all, and I'll see you on my next video. See you guys.